and let's talk about Dark Matter.
Yeah.
Just quickly though, these are all Apple shows that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I just realised.
Yeah. It's been quite good on Apple recently.
Apple's got some very good dramatic stuff.
Yeah. Serious.
Serious.
A bit more serious stuff out there.
They do it well. So Dark Matter.
Yeah. Love it.
Love it?
Yes.
Spoiler alert, guys. Here you go. Spoiler alert.
I think that's one of my favourite shows I've watched, other than Severance.
Wow, really?
Yes.
So that goes like after Severance in like the list, basically.
After Severance.
Before
Yes.
Severance.
After Severance, yeah.
After Severance.
Just by a bit.
Okay.
Just by a bit, though, for me.
Okay, Dark Matter. Dark Matter. So, yeah, I thought it was amazing as well.
Yeah.
It was very well done.
It's a thriller show on Apple, and it's creative. The actors are great. Great actors. Great acting, because...
That is challenging acting.
Yeah.
That is challenging what they
because
did.
each actor is playing multiple
like,
characters.
Yeah, like 5 parts.
Yeah.
Oh
playing
my
themselves,
God.
but not. in a
Yeah.
way.
Playing themselves, but a version of themselves who's had
In
different experiences.
Yeah.
So this is version of myself, but
Especially the main guy. What's he called? The actor.
I don't know what he's called.
Oh gosh, let me quickly research it.
You research it, and I'll tell
Yeah.
you guys a bit about the story, okay? So first things first, guys. Have you seen Sliders? I can bet you haven't seen Sliders. It's a show with a main character called like Mallory Quinn or something. It was amazing, right? Sliders was a show from, when was it now? From absolutely ages ago, like, I want to say like the 90s. And it was the same thing. Here is the very basic bare bones of Sliders. I'm going to tell you about Sliders first, because that will explain Dark Matter. In Sliders, this guy, scientist guy, manages to make this piece of technology which can put you into a different timeline or dimension. Okay, we're going to stick to timelines, not dimensions. And so it'll put you into a different timeline, and what they've done is they've put themselves into a different timeline, him and about 5 other people, and now they're trying to find their way back to their own original timeline. And the story of Sliders is their struggle to get back to their original timeline. It was actually really good, because it would end up in like really different, really strange environments, and things would happen to them in like just unusual things would happen to them all the way through, and they had to make sure each time they all got back together to be able to transport to the next timeline to try and get home. And that's the story of Sliders. Dark Matter is similar roots. How's your research gone?
Yeah. Joel Edgerton.
Okay.
Australian actor, filmmaker. Joel Edgerton.
Is it possibly Egerton as well? It's one of them names.
No, it's Edgerton.
Edgerton, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. It's clear.
And we've seen him in The Gift.
The Gift.
And he was amazing in that too.
Gordo the Weirdo.
Yeah, that was a great film.
He is really good. I've seen him in other stuff too. He's really good in what he does.
Warrior, Red Sparrow, The King, Great Gatsby. Where was he?
Yeah,
The Great
he's
Gatsby.
in Great Gatsby, yeah. Basically, do you know Leonardo's love interest? That girl?
Yeah.
He's the other guy.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's the guy who, like, she actually is with or whatever.
No, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got good memory. That's
Yeah, he's versatile.
going way back. Yeah, so great actor.
Yeah,
he did amazing in this show. He was very good.
Yeah, very talented.
You know, when he was going from him the original, what's he called? Whatever the name is.
Yeah.
What's it?
Mark?
Mark.
Was it Mark?
I think it was Mark. Mark. Yeah, I think it was Mark.
I'm thinking Severance Mark.
Oh God, no, maybe it wasn't Mark then.
Do you want to get? It's up to you to get the name if you want.
Okay, one sec.
You get the names, and I'm going to tell you guys about Dark Matter and what it's actually about. Right?
Jason. Jason Dessen.
Jason Dessen.
Yeah, so when he was going from like the original Jason. And then like flipping to the other versions of Jason.
The subtleties.
Like, you could actually tell.
Mm.
Like, obviously the makeup, the hair is slightly different, but you could still tell it was very good acting.
Yeah, the subtleties were there.
Yeah, like he'd be like more rough.
By the way,
Or he'd be,
do you know why he was researching him? Do you know why he was writing that down in the book? Why he would go like, went driving today?
Go on, tell me.
He was writing that down in the book so that when he came and took over his life, he could say, "Oh, remember we went driving 3 days ago, and I went and I took like that."
Yeah.
So he was writing it down so he could refer back.
Yeah.
Wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through what it's about then.
Go on.
Right. So this is crazy, right? Imagine this, right? The idea is it's going to be a complicated concept, but you've got to understand it and think about it. Imagine, like, the choices that you make in your life at each yes or no, or at each crossroad in your life. There is a version of you, one which chose the other route which you didn't choose. So in this story, there was a crossroad that came to him. And this crossroad was, does he stay with his partner, who's just got pregnant? Or does he say, look, I ain't the right guy for you. I've got to pursue my life, my studies, my career. I've got lots to do in the scientific world. I'm going to go for that instead. So this is where that crossroad happens. That's what this is about. But of course,
I think it was whether they want to start having a baby or having a family.
I thought she was pregnant though.
I don't think she left. I don't think he left her pregnant.
Oh.
I think it was whether we start a family, have a baby, and all that, or we don't. It's one of them.
Okay, we'll go with that.
And then he regrets it.
Yeah. So basically, he regrets it, right? So basically, what he does is he chooses the life of, I want to follow my scientific engineering and create marvels in the world, right? That's what I want to do. So off he goes, and he starts creating scientific marvels. The other version of him chooses to stay with her, be a family man, and put science behind him. And it's just amazing. So the family man they get together, they have a child. He's about 18 years old when we come into the story. Other side, the science man, he's had a really fruitful scientific career. He's made breakthroughs. He's been able, and I think this device is kept secret, but he's been able to create a device which is like a room, basically, a cube-shaped room. You go inside that room, and then after that, you can go to a different timeline. So you can go to a different life, a life where you would have made different decisions. So what he does, he's led this scientific life now, he's done all that stuff, and he thinks, you know what, now I want to see what my life would have been like had I been a family man. So he goes into that cube, manages to find a timeline where he is a family man, grabs that version of himself and knocks him out, puts him into the cube and takes that version into his own life, the life where he chose science. Takes him into his science life, drops him there, and then goes back and takes over the life of that family man. And that's basically where it starts. That's where we are. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing because, like, he's there in that life, but he's disorientated. He's got his wife there. He's got his son, who he's like meeting for the first time now. People in their immediate circle are doing different things. Like, one person who is a scientist in the science life is now a lawyer in this life.
Yeah.
And so he's going through like social media and trying to work out like who's who and what's what, and trying to make sure he makes no mistakes.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
In the real world, though, that would have been like too hard, too complicated, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like they were arranging a gathering with the friends, and he didn't even know the friends' names and what the occupation was. and then he was trying to get around that. In real life, though, you would slip up.
In real life, you'd have to do something different. Do you know what you
In
have to
real life, though, like you'd say, oh, how's, I don't know, how's your husband or something?
Nah.
And they'd be like, what husband? I'm not married.
You know, in real life,
What's wrong with you?
You know what you do in real life? You slip and fall and bang your head really badly and go to hospital for a day or two. That's what you do. And then you go, oh, I can't remember things.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's how you should have done it. Can't remember details. Oh, I remember your face, but...
Yes, like he was like spending frivolously, wasn't he, on the son's birthday, for example?
Yeah.
And that must be the opposite of how he usually is.
That's
because
right.
The son was like, "Huh? I can buy this skateboard,
Yeah.
okay, and I'm driving this car, and I'm doing this, and so."
But it was
the
interesting.
signs were there.
It was interesting though, wasn't it? Because like, it was like this other version of him was like, just live your life.
Yeah.
Just do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Everything will work itself out. So that was very interesting how like they had these different ways of doing things. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the acting. I love the characters, the cast.
Yeah.
Great. Really creative.
And so yeah, we should talk about that's what we've done. So this is where the acting thing comes into it.
Yeah.
Because like as it goes on, of course, massive spoiler alert, as it goes on, at each turning point, at each crossroad, there creates another version of you. And so he's creating lots of crossroads for himself. Right? And so by the time it gets to the end, there's about 50 of him.
Yeah.
And they've all been through different things.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like acting as each different one.
Yeah.
One thing I'll give you from the makers is the question was posed to the makers: is it possible that the final Jason at the end of the show is not the original Jason who we started with? Because of course that could happen, because there's so many Jasons at some point, and if they're all fighting each other to try and get back to their family life, that it could be that he's not the original Jason. And the writers, creators, they said, no, we didn't do that. That possibility is there, but that's not our intention.
Yeah.
That at the end is the original
Yeah.
Jason.
He looks like the original Jason too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So if it wasn't in season 2, if it turns out that he's not, that'd be strange.
Are they doing a season 2? Do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
I already researched.
You love that show, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I watched it all on the plane. I watched most of it on the plane.
No, you didn't. It was only like 2 episodes on the plane, wasn't it?
No, I watched more than that. I watched it at the airport and then I watched it on the plane.
Oh, I think you did actually. Yeah, you
I
did watch a lot.
downloaded.
Yeah, you did.
I watched 3-4 episodes before I flew.
Yeah, you did.
And then I
it
downloaded
was a
all
lot
of
on
them. There were 9
yeah.
episodes. So I'd watched it all by the first day of my holiday.
Yeah. It was good.
You know,
It was.
It was great.
Yeah. The acting was amazing. The idea was brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sci-fi as well. You don't really like sci-fi. That was impressive.
Yeah, but it's not very sci-fi. I know they talk about superstitions and quantum blah 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 and
It is
all
very
that
sci-fi.
lot, but it's not a lot of that really.
That's just a type of sci-fi which works for you.
Works for me, yes.
But it was very sci-fi.
Yes, girls, watch it.
It was really
It's
good.
not that hard to understand.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not. They do clarify a lot of it and stuff.
Even though I did ask you,
But you knew, I think.
I was like, I don't understand how's there 20 of him.
But I think you knew what was going on, really.
I knew, but in my head, no. But it was like, how can you jump in and out? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of the box. Do you want to explain what that box was?
Yeah.
That box is basically his time machine.
It's not time machine.
See?
So it's not time travel. You're just
Oh
going...
yeah, because I kept asking you, why is he time traveling?
Yeah.
Are we going back?
Yeah, it's not time travel.
And then you explained it to me how?
Yeah, so it's not time travel. It's just different timelines. That's what it is. It's just timelines. So you're still at the same time. You're still in the present, but you're just in a you're in a place where different decisions were made.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you were in a different timeline. Mobile phones are all circular, flat and circular. Maybe that's the thing. All screens are circles. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That decision was made. So when you go to that timeline, everything is like
Yeah.
screens are circles.
Do you know what I liked? I liked it when each time they opened the door
Hmm.
and it was a different world.
Yeah,
That was really good.
that was well done, wasn't it?
Really well done. Like one was really modern and futuristic.
Yeah, the
remember?
futuristic world. Yeah.
And then they opened one where they were like just snow everywhere.
Those.
Just
Yeah.
blasted with snow.
Yeah.
And then I just liked it. I just really enjoyed it. Very creative.
It was
and like
very
it could show you
creative.
what yeah.
Just they depicted multiverse really
Yeah,
well.
they did.
Really, really well. So the idea is you stay geographically in the same place. So geographically, you're in the same place, all right? Which was like New York or something,
Yeah.
right?
No, San Fran, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Okay.
San Fran then.
Yeah. It was
That's
set
where
in
you
San
are.
Fran, I think.
Yeah. And, but you change timelines. And then a lot of these timelines are like where the world has ended or
Yeah.
like, climate change has happened like mental or...
Yeah.
or like humans have made bad decisions and now everything is like carbon, or there was one where it was mass pandemic. Remember that one?
Yeah. Yep.
Mass pandemic, nobody allowed out. So there was just so many different ways that they went with it. The snow one was crazy because they opened it and it was just snow everywhere. But at this point, one of the people, the woman who was in the box, she was like, "I've got to get out. I need to get out of that box." But she almost like killed them both.
Yeah. I liked the world that she stayed in.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah. Which
That
is
was
where that
nice.
other guy is as well.
Yeah.
That science friend.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Which is where, of course, I think they're going.
The family are going
Yeah.
in season 2.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What's interesting is how you get from one place to another, like one timeline to another. And the
Yeah.
idea is once you're in that box, then you've got to think about the world which you want to get to.
Yeah.
And if you
But,
can control your
vision.
thoughts
Yeah.
enough, you can get there.
Yeah.
You open the door and that's where you are, basically.
And then they also have like limited amounts of those capsules.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. The capsule which like enables you to like go through that state of being able to experience it or something. But yeah. Rating out of 10?
8.5.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a 9 for me too, actually.
It was very, very, very good.
Wait, what didn't you like about it? What are the weaknesses for you, if any?
The weaknesses for me, in a way, it's like I've seen this in Sliders.
Yeah. Oh, this is based on a book, by the way.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
Did you?
I wonder how that book is written.
And a lot of people who have read the book really love the book, and like the story has like the plot sticks in the mind, and it's a very memorable book, basically. So when this came out, a lot of people were like this seems like that book that I read, and then they look at the I think he's called Blair, the person that made the show, and they found out that it is based on this book. So
Wow.
makes me want to read the book.
Yeah.
But no, it's really good. I think they said that it's captured the feeling of the book as well.
Yeah. Yeah. The makers, when I saw the makers like interview, they were talking about the book.
Oh right.
Yeah,
okay,
and they're talking
okay.
about how they wanted to keep.
So is the book called Dark Matter as well?
I think so.
Oh right.
There was some question that was left lingering from the book, which they answered in this.
Oh right.
Yeah, but I've forgotten what it is.
Okay.
But it was really good. Like, it was, like, I'll give you one example. So he's trying to get, well, one thing that I really loved, first of all, is, so we're talking about a guy who is extremely clever. So in all the timelines,
Yeah.
he's really clever,
Yeah.
right? He's so smart that the one who didn't choose a science life was smart enough to work out what had happened.
Yeah.
Like, one of me from a different timeline has come and grabbed me and put me in his... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I like that you know, at that end episode, that last episode, where like he had to make a decision where like he can't make, because if he made the decision, the other versions
Of him would know.
no, because that's what he would do.
Yeah.
They would all do.
Yeah.
So they ended up like taking a choice of the son, didn't they? Where to hide.
Yeah. Somebody else made the decision.
Yeah.
Very clever. But this is what I was going to say, right? Aside from that whole... It was really good going through that journey of working it all out with this really clever scientist.
Yeah.
So aside from that, the other part of it that's really good is like... He's working it out now, how to get home. He knows that he's got to start envisioning this world, right? And you can see that he's envisioning it bit by bit. Because at one point, he gets to a house and he's now in the house. Everything looks pretty much bang on. The city looks correct. The traffic looks correct. The house looks correct. He gets to the house. He opens the door. His wife is there.
Yeah.
And then she like screams.
Yeah.
And she's like, get out of my house.
Yeah.
She calls her son. And her son like is like, get out. What are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. And that's a timeline where something's gone
Went wrong.
really badly wrong in their relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they probably have got like a restraining order on him or something like that at this
Yeah.
point. So it's really clever because that's almost identical to his world, but it just isn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was just like genius.
Yeah, it was. Tricked us.
Yeah. And then, yeah, slowly, he actually gets back to his own world. Or we think it is.
What do you think will happen in season 2? Like, it was, like, season 1 was so good. I said to you, didn't I, like, they can't make another season because they can't make it better than this season. And where can they go with this? You know, like, they've just left now as a family, happy days, and
yeah.
that's it. Go to a good world, nice world, and that's it.
Well,
End.
the maker has got this kind of obsession with open ends,
All right.
right? He's got this obsession with like keeping certain things really open so you can really run away with it in your mind.
Yeah.
So there's that. I'll tell you where I think it's going to go, but I really like that this first season, it's complete in itself. Like, even without a second season, this in itself is a full...
That's what I mean. That's why I thought
I really like that.
they don't really need a season 2.
Yeah.
Really.
I would like to know where they've gone.
Maybe one episode.
Yeah. I would like to know where they've gone. That would make this more complete.
Yeah.
But this in itself is really... There's no cliffhanger that we're really waiting for. Not really. Not
Yeah.
nail-biting.
But also, at the same time, though, why did they need to leave?
Apparently because they would have kept getting hounded and chased by his other versions.
But then you could just tell the other versions that this is it, guys. See you later.
Go away.
Go away. Because, and if they didn't go away, then surely they could go and still find them in the next season, couldn't they?
Well, it depends on who makes the choice on where they go. If he doesn't make the decisions anymore as to where they go, then they can't find him.
Okay.
According to their rules in that world.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think that they've all gone to the futuristic world, and
Yeah.
season 2, I think season 2 is going to be more sci-fi
Yeah.
because it's a futuristic world.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they're going to do there.
Interesting.
Maybe there's going to be some... I don't know where they could take it. Could be really interesting. Could be really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely brilliant. As opposed, not like Disclaimer, which we just described. This one we would strongly recommend.
Yes.
Openly recommend.
Yeah, I have recommended it to a few people.
Already recommended. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely worth watching. That is Dark Matter.
On Apple.
On Apple. Yeah, we are not sponsored by Apple, but feel free to send us money. Yes, so that is Dark Matter. Absolutely stunning. Really well put together.
Do you want to talk about Severance next and where we're up to?
Yeah.
And a little update on what your reviews are?
Yeah. Let's talk about Severance.